This is the camera comparison video of iPhone 13 Pro Max versus Oppo Find X5 Pro. Hi everyone, this is JD, your gadget review friend. Welcome back to GadgetRevNow. iPhone 13 Pro Max is one of the best camera phones, and today we're comparing it with the best camera phone Oppo can offer, the Oppo Find X5 Pro. It is touted by some tech reviewers as one of the best camera phone this year, so we will compare it to probably one of the best well-rounded phone in both images and videos, the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So yeah, let the battle begin. We're starting with the audio test. We're here outside near the road, so you can hear the background noise. Check 1 2 3, check 1 2 3. This is the audio that's coming out of Oppo Find X5 Pro. And check 1 2 3, check 1 2 3. This is the audio that's coming out of iPhone 13 Pro Max. Let's begin with the audio test. The level of noise is almost the same for both phones, but my voice on iPhone 13 Pro Max is louder and clearer, so iPhone 13 Pro Max is the winner here. Let's begin our image test with color profile or saturation, and I think Hasselblad did an excellent job of engineering the cameras of Oppo Find X5 Pro. The colors are well balanced and softer looking compared to iPhone 13 Pro Max. On the other hand, iPhone 13 Pro Max is more saturated and there is sharpening going on each of the photos. The reds on the iPhone is brighter, but the sky is darker, siding to navy blue most of the time. The color gray on Oppo Find X5 Pro is siding to pink and purple, and the red is a little bit muted. This is a personal preference, so it's a tie for me. Next is 4K video recording in Oppo Find X5 Pro, has 5-axis gimbal stabilization. This is just perfect and I like the colors too. While iPhone 13 Pro Max is as good as Oppo Find X5 Pro, colors are a little punchier and my skin tone is a little warmer. Next, we're checking who manages the highlights better, and here Oppo Find X5 Pro is a little blown out, but on this image, if you look outside the window, iPhone 13 Pro Max erases the roof, while Oppo Find X5 Pro maintained the details. So Oppo Find X5 Pro wins this category. Next is flaring, and both phones manages it well. Nothing to see here, so it's a tie for me. Next is exposure, and took a picture of the school against the light, and on the side of the school you will see that iPhone 13 Pro Max showed more information in the shadows. Next, we're checking the white balance, so Oppo Find X5 Pro has cooler white balance, while iPhone 13 Pro Max is warmer. Next is 4K video recording using the ultra-wide lens, and Oppo Find X5 Pro is smooth, but just a tad brighter. While iPhone 13 Pro Max produces the same stabilization, and the brightness is more controlled. I like this better. Next is nature colors, the greens and the sky, and the standout difference is the sky. It is darker on iPhone 13 Pro Max. One of the things that I noticed is Oppo Find X5 Pro has better dynamic range than iPhone 13 Pro Max. Next is text sharpness, and both of them are bitingly sharp. iPhone 13 Pro Max just cracking it a little bit, but all good. Next, we're shooting in full HD resolution, and Oppo Find X5 Pro seems to be really good at any resolution. While iPhone 13 Pro Max, like the Oppo, is just phenomenal. I'm just surprised how polished Oppo Find X5 Pro is in terms of camera performance. This is the cinematic video of iPhone 13 Pro Max. If you like this type of camera comparison video, don't forget to subscribe. Next is finer details, and if you're watching this on a bigger screen, you'll definitely see the advantage of the 50 megapixel images of Oppo Find X5 Pro. Again, iPhone 13 Pro Max is applying a little bit of sharpness, but Oppo Find X5 Pro is more detailed. Next is close focus, and if you look at the lower part of the image, Oppo Find X5 Pro has a closer focus than iPhone 13 Pro Max. Next is selfie video recording, and this is where Oppo Find X5 Pro loses the battle in video. It can only output 1080p and a little shaky. While iPhone 13 Pro Max can max out at 4K at 30 FPS, and the video is as good as the rear in good lighting condition. Next is portrait mode without human subject, and iPhone 13 Pro Max has this awesome and creamy background blur by default. On this image, it's a little challenging, but iPhone 13 Pro Max still understood the scene and blurred the background as you can see on the building. Oppo Find X5 Pro didn't apply any artificial blur, it's a miss. Going to the true portrait shot, starting with selfie, you can fit more on Oppo Find X5 Pro. The field of view is wider and sometimes aggressively beautifying the subject. As you can see on this image, look at my perfect jawline and my big happy eyes. Going to the rear camera, this is where I like the Oppo Find X5 Pro. I think this is just me, I prefer the portrait that's coming out of Oppo Find X5 Pro. The skin tone is spot on and detailed. Going to low light, this is close, but the complexion of my wife is again closer on Oppo Find X5 Pro. iPhone 13 Pro Max is a little warm, but I guess more appealing. Next is night shot. Okay, the good and the bad. Oppo Find X5 Pro is colorful and cooler compared to the flatter profile and warmer image of iPhone 13 Pro Max. But the clarity and sharpness on Oppo Find X5 Pro, if we zoom into the photo, is something special. It is darker, but more detailed. Look at the guy wearing a hat and the grass. For colors, I think I'm siding a little bit on iPhone 13 Pro Max. Next is low light selfie recording. I think Oppo Find X5 Pro exposes my face better, but iPhone 13 Pro Max has better colors. Next is rear camera, and again, cooler and more saturated look on Oppo Find X5 Pro. And the warmer and more flattering output on iPhone 13 Pro Max. And lastly, versatility. Both of them has wide and ultra-wide lens, but iPhone 13 Pro Max has a closer 3 times optical zoom. So what is GadgetRevNow's verdict? iPhone 13 Pro Max or Oppo Find X5 Pro? This is a great battle, both flagship phones with polished cameras. Let's do a recap. Oppo Find X5 Pro has 5-axis gimbal stabilization, manages the highlights better, better dynamic range, cooler white balance, it is more detailed, has closer focus, better portrait mode, and sharper night shots. While iPhone 13 Pro Max has better audio, has sensor shift OIS, better exposure, warmer white balance, 4K selfie recording, better stabilization in selfie video, better background blur, better colors in low light, and closer optical zoom. They are so close yet so different. I guess it will boil down to what you need and what the phone can offer. I guess for me, iPhone 13 Pro Max is a definition of perfection, but the value of the Hasselblad camera, especially the main sensor on Oppo Find X5 Pro, is hard to beat. In the end, this is the battle of better value versus close to perfection. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll continue to compare these two phones in our channel, so stay tuned. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.